Hi, my name is Sandra Rider and I'm going to teach you how to do an accounting between 0 and 20 with display on the serial port. The first thing we do is open Visialino. Once it's opened, we are going to declare the variables. I'm going to call the first one number, which it will have a value of 0. Then I duplicate it and I change its name for add button. And I'm going to connect it to pin 13. I duplicate again and I change its name for subtract button. And I will plug it to pin 12. Once I have the variables declared, I'm going to see what the loop is going to do. I'm going to see what the add button is going to do, and the same with the subtract button. For that, I'm going to put an if conditional, which when I press the add button, the variable number will be the variable number plus 1. If the add button is high, that is to say, if it's pressed, what is it going to do? Well, it is going to add to the variable number 1. The variable number is going to be the variable number plus 1. Now I'm going to put await 5,000 milliseconds, which is half a second. Once I have what the add button is going to do, now I'm going to see what the subtract button is going to do. I duplicate the if conditional and I'm going to change some things, like instead of add button, we are going to put subtract button. If the subtract button is pressed, what is it going to do? Well, it is going to subtract to the variable number 1. The variable number is going to be the variable number minus 1. Then I insert a last conditional, which if the variable number is less than 0 or greater than 20, the variable number is going to be 0. That is to say that it isn't going to be minus 1, nor 21, 22, 23. If the variable number is fewer than 0 or greater than 20, the variable number is going to be 0. And I'm going to put another wait 5,000 milliseconds. Finally, I'm going to tell it to print it on the serial port, and I'm going to place it at the beginning. And what is it going to print? Well, it is going to print the variable number. Once we have all the code, we go to Google, to Tinkercad, and let's test if our code works. We click on circuits, create a new circuit. To make the counter, we need 2 resistors, which they have to be each one 220 ohms. We also need 2 push buttons, a breadboard small, and 1 Arduino. Now I place the push buttons with their respective resistors. The resistors have to be in the negative pole of the breadboard. the other pin of the push buttons have to be in the positive pole, and I'm going to change the color to a red one. Then one push button will be connected to the pin 13, and that's going to be the add button. The other one is the subtract button, which we had connected it to the pin 12. I'm going to change the color to blue. The negative pole of the breadboard is connected to GND, and the positive one goes to 5 volts. Once we have got the assembly, we go to Visialino, we copy the code, we copy it, and then we go to Tinkercad. We go to code, where it puts blocks, we put text, and we press continue, and we paste the code. Where it puts serial monitors, that is the place where it's going to print the variable number. To make it more clear, I'm going to put a note where it puts that it is the add button and the other one is the subtract button. Once it is all done, we click on Start Simulation, and the serial monitor shows the variable number. When I press the add button, the code starts to add 1 to the number. If I press the subtract button, it subtracts the numbers till it gets to 0. If I still press the subtract button, it shows the number 0, not -1 or 2. Now I'm going to see what happens when I press the add button when it gets to 20. Have you seen that when I pressed when it was 20, it changes to 0 again? Once everything is done, now we test it with your own montage in real life. When we have all of our montage done, like the one we did on Tinkercad, we have to plug the Arduino in our computer. Now we have to copy and paste our code in Arduino. Then we click on upload and we upload our code in our montage. Once it's uploaded, on the top at the right, we have a button where we are going to see the serial port. Now the variable number is 0, but when I click on the add button, the variable number is going to be the variable number plus 1. And when I touch the subtract button, the variable number is going to be the variable number -1. So that's it. I hope you have liked it and see you at the next video. Bye!